I frankly don't understand why the government is not open to clarifying this legislation, which the broad intent of which is clear, but the specifics are lacking in terms of definitions and language that would give comfort to those who are not seeking to do anything coercive, who are seeking only to help and support. We've heard testimony from witnesses over the course of discussion on C-6 that said, this kind of counseling, whether it be from faith leaders or from people in the general counseling fields, was very helpful to me in just trying to get to where I needed to get in terms of my gender identity and or gender expression. And I would hate to see a situation where we pass legislation with criminal sanction attached to it that would put a chill on the kinds of supports and the kinds of taking of confidences that are necessary to help people as they struggle with the issues we're dealing with here. My colleague, Mr. Maloney, spoke of the Cardinal. He has a different interpretation than the Cardinal, who said he spoke for literally millions of Catholics in the GTA as to what is meant here. And it seems to me when we have a witness, and I will say I'm not Catholic, but when we have a witness whose judgment, whose guidance, whose counsel is sought literally by millions of Canadians, we should be cautious, and we should take into account that further definition, further help in interpretation for future judicial comment, for future judicial decisions is the way we should go. We should not preclude people who are seeking our help in understanding this legislation. And we've heard from, let's just take faith leaders for a moment. We've heard from faith leaders and had submissions from faith leaders of almost every faith I can think of who've said, we're against coercive conversion therapy. We are against the idea of trying to force anyone in one way or the other, but we need clarity. And we need to understand that our conversations we may have that are supporting one's own journey, supporting someone as they maybe for any number of reasons need clarification within their own minds, within their own spirits, in terms of where they're going in their life, that those would somehow be shut down. And I'm asking people to really think on this. This is not in any way trying to derail the overall intent of this bill. It's not meant in any way to restrict the overall intent. What it's trying to do is give a level of comfort to those who find themselves in those very sensitive conversations, very usually confidential conversations that they have in the course of their chosen field, be it professional or faith, or even in terms of family or friendship, that those not be restricted in, I believe, an unintended way. Let's be clear. We've taken in this amendment the wording directly from the government's own website. I have to assume from that the government of the day believes in this wording, or they wouldn't have put it up on their website. But as I said, a judge in interpreting this in the future, or the ordinary Canadian public trying to understand what is permissible and what is not going to go to a website. They're going to look at the legislation. That's our job here today. And I hope that we will fulfill it by allowing this amendment to go through that in no way subverts the overall intent of this bill. Thank you.